I want to take the time to thank you all for attending our Youth to Work information session today, whether you're in person, virtual, or watching this recording. I'm here today to provide you with some important information regarding the Youth to Work program and various opportunities to engage with us, and some new opportunities around employment. So I want to walk you through our journey through community participation supports. Our previous model of support didn't allow for much creativity. There were large congregate settings where we operated within set parameters, set hours and staffing, and our programs looked much different than they do today. Previously, our locations housed or supported people that had the same support needs at all the locations. So whether that was when you were attending a employment training center or service, for our adult development programs, Gooderham, they were all geared towards supporting the same level of support throughout the locations. And so we found that our aging demographic was increasing and people were choosing to stay home, whether that was with families or living in our supported living locations. And with that, required additional staffing support so that people could choose to stay at home. And what we looked at with that is that we saw that people were not being offered as much choice as we wanted to. Their needs were changing and the programs felt very isolated. Similarly, as we look at our journey in Youth to Work, it began as a pilot project in 2000 to address the need we saw to support youth transitioning from academics into the workforce. The objective was to provide supports to youth aged 18 to 28 to be able to gain competitive employment and obtain job readiness skills. After the pilot concluded, Youth to Work became a permanent fixture and an addition to the various supports offered through Community Living Toronto in our community participation, formerly known as day programs. With the onset of the pandemic, we took the opportunity to take a deeper dive into our various offerings and assess if we were meeting the objective of the program. Through our analysis, we found that 91% of people supported through Youth to Work no longer met the age eligibility of 18 to 28 that the program originally intended. And so the Youth to Work program was able to support a number of people and achieve this through establishing partnerships and building relationships with local high schools, community organizations, and local businesses. All of this with the goal to assist people to gain employment based on their personal interests and gain skills required to become employable, all while building their confidence and providing a valued role within their community. During this process, we continue to support on the job based on individualized and personal needs, which at times were one-on-one. The goal was always to phase the level of support and increase independence to the point of employment and full compensation. With this in mind, we set out to embark on a journey of redesign and creating an experience for the people we support and providing them with greater choice and a greater presence in their local community and their community at large. In February of March of 2023, we engaged with People Minded Business, an organization that specializes in co-design, which is a really fancy way of saying bringing the right people to the table in an intentional way to collaborate and create a meaningful product. We engage in various ideation sessions and design prototypes to try it out and look at measurable outcomes that we could create, as well as work plans for us to pilot. In March and May of that same year, through our ideation sessions, we created these measurable outcomes and continue to reassess, looking for feedback as we continue to evaluate the process. In May of 2023, based on what we built together, we were able to pilot our first new reimagined community participation model. With this new model, we had smaller programs and experiences. We reduced our footprint both in our staffing resources and people supported. This reduction really gave us an opportunity to engage more in the community and get people to become active citizens. And so our new model of community participation is available across 5 locations in the city: the East Mall, Advance Road, Finch, Fairfax, and Foster Connections. Our programs are available for those who are in our former Youth to Work program for up to 6 hours of support. Our support ratios vary, and we're able to offer ratios ranging from 1 to 5, 1 to 3, and 1 to 8. We have offerings available at our fee-for-service locations, which is at the Community Junction in the West, and also in the West, Creative Video Studio has extended over to the East Mall as that location is no longer. We have events hosted across the city called The Mix, and all of this information is available to you at our site, cpsandrespite.ca.
Welcome back, everyone. I'm so pleased to be here with you again, sharing our Fall 2024 and Winter 2025 Community Participation Update with you. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Caitlin, and I'm one of the program managers with Community Participation. Let's jump right in, shall we? We wanted to review the eligibility criteria for our funded spots in programs. Ministry-funded spots are predetermined by Developmental Services Ontario. This group includes the following: people supported who previously held a funded spot in our former day programs like the ADP, ETS, and Gooderham. These individuals are eligible to receive up to 15 hours of programs per week. Previous Youth to Work and Community First individuals are also part of this group. They are eligible to receive up to 6 hours of programs per week. We continue to ask those living in Community Living Toronto supported living homes to come with their staff based on their support needs. If you're not sure if you have a funded spot, please reach out to cps@cltoronto.ca. We can confirm if you have a funded spot at Community Living Toronto. If you do not, you may want to contact Developmental Services Ontario to determine if you're on the waitlist for Community Participation Day program supports with them. If not, you can inquire how to start the process. In our efforts to continuously improve our services based on your feedback, Community Participation released a survey earlier in the summer, and the results are in. There was wonderful feedback about enjoyment of the program, having fun participating, and the variety of activities being offered. When it came to the registration process, although most found the process smooth, there were some concerns over registration happening too soon, and why does it have to happen 4 times a year, and requesting less frequent registration. You know what? We've heard you, and we're happy to say we've adjusted. Sign up for programs is now for a 6-month period, this time running from October 2024 to March 2025, meaning there will only be 2 sign-up periods per year. As always, you can sign up through mycommunityhub.ca, in person at one of our community participation locations, or over the phone beginning on September 4th. Your experience guide is now out and can be found on cpsandrespite.ca. Have a look through your guide to choose the programs that you're most interested in, and when you sign up on September 4th, you'll be signing up for a 6-month program beginning in October and ending in March. Why not try a new experience this time? Join the team at Advance Road for some of your favorite party games on Wednesday, or explore different music genres, dances, and songs in music, rhythm, and beats on Thursdays. Come on out to the East Mall for one of the best tea parties that you'll ever have at the Mad Hatter's Tea Party on Mondays, or express yourself and put everything you have and put your heart into art on Wednesdays. Find out what it means to be a volunteer and what it takes to volunteer in Intro to Volunteerism on Tuesdays at Fairfax, and brush up on your letters and numbers in their Intro to Literacy and Numeracy program on Thursdays. Do you have a love for drawing or want to practice some origami? Join the team at Foster's on Thursdays to learn just that. And then while you're there, why don't you play games with them on Friday and enjoy your Friday afternoons? We are pleased to announce, backed by popular demand, Say It, See It, Sign It is happening at Finch on Fridays from 1 till 4. It was such a hit last time that we had to bring it back. Don't worry, your old favorites are still here. You can still jam with Dan, enjoy music with Valerie, and funky fitness with Tammy, foster your connections, join the circuit at Fairfax, continue your life vibes, as well as our ever favorites of bowling, baking, cooking, and swimming. Over the past year and a half, we've had an incredible partnership with Recreational Respite. They've assisted in organizing and facilitating our virtual programs. Over the summer session, we have started to transition out of recreational respite with community participation beginning to facilitate virtual programs in a new hybrid model. In-person community participation locations have been facilitating different programs each week alongside our recreation therapist. We will continue to build this model over the fall-winter session. Virtual programming will follow the new 6-month period with sign-up beginning on September the 4th on mycommunityhub.ca. Virtual programs are a part of funded hours. However, they can also be purchased for a fee. For those who are not a part of our funded bracket but still wish to participate in community participation, or for those wishing to engage in more experiences, Community Junction offers a wide variety of programs for a fee. Community Junction offers special fall-themed events such as a visit to the pumpkin patch and apple picking. New this season, Community Junction is offering Saturday drop-in paint sessions for family and Wednesday evening game nights. Old favorites have returned, including kitchen party, music jam, and Zumba. Registration has begun for these programs, and programs will start on September the 3rd. Is an art adventure more your speed? Then Creative Village Studio is for you. Like Community Junction, Creative Village Studio offers art-based programs for a fee. As many of you know, the physical building of Creative Village Studio has closed, but the spirit continues. All classes are offered at either our Community Junction or the East Mall location. Enjoy a variety of art classes, choir, and knitting. Be sure to check out which location the class of your choosing is running out of. You can find both the Community Junction and Creative Village Studio brochures on cpsandrespite.ca. As a reminder, Creative Village Studio registration has begun and programs are starting September the 3rd. The Mix is returning this fall starting in October. We've expanded the Mix to different locations across the city, but don't worry, the Fairfax Mix event remains the same. We've only added more. Not only will you experience fun-filled dance parties, but bingo halls, game show nights, and much more. The Mix costs $7 for entry, and we encourage everyone to sign up in advance at mycommunityhub.ca. Let's take a look at last year's mixes with our salsa. A fan favorite of the Mix is to do a little karaoke, sing, and dance away. We can't wait to see you at the Mix. As always, we strongly encourage everyone to sign up for mycommunityhub.ca, where you can find tons of amazing programs. We recommend everyone that lives in the same house to register on My Community Hub under one email address. This helps to avoid duplicate people and registrations or losing receipt information. All of community participation sign-up is done through My Community Hub. Should you need assistance to register for an account or to add multiple individuals to a family, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. cpsandrespite.ca launched back in May as a one-stop shop for all things community participation and respite. Here you'll be able to find your experience guide, Community Junction and Creative Village Studio brochures, search through all of our different experiences, find out different events that are happening in the community, learn about how to get involved in respite, look through different valuable resources including information on TTC Wheel-Trans, and stay up to date with the latest community participation and respite news. Thank you so much for taking the time to receive updates on community participation. Should you want to connect with us, please reach out to cps@cltoronto.ca or 647-729-2976 or visit us at cpsandrespite.ca. Can't wait to see you all this fall.
So why we're doing it is because there's a transformation with the ministry and we're looking to provide a more robust means of having a catchment area where all the employers that we work with in reference to employment with all the individuals that are seeking employment and all the support services that are in place. So the technology tool has all those elements as part of it. And as we go through, I'm gonna show you a little bit more information of why we're doing it and who it's for. So who is MyJobMatch for? MyJobMatch is for employment support specialists. So service providers that work with individuals that are looking for employment that need support. The next group of individuals that it's for is for job seekers, individuals looking for employment, individuals that want to get onto the platform and that are able to seek employers through that are being added onto the platform through the service providers. And the third element is employers. Employers are able to put their jobs, their companies on there for the match to happen with individuals that are looking for work.
Need resumes for this too?
We can help you with your resume if needed.
Oh,
Correct. So one of the questions was, do you need a resume for this? But there is a resume element to this that we're going to be developing in the next little while, that we can be working with you to create resumes at the same time.
Welcome to MyJobMatch, where supported employment meets innovative technology. MyJobMatch brings people with disabilities and employers together for successful employment by matching based on skills, interests, and location. Let's explore MyJobMatch for employment supports providers. The MyJobMatch dashboard is like a news feed, displaying the latest activity in one view. Browse jobs, individuals, and employers at a glance. Visit the employers page to view all places of work marketing job opportunities on MyJobMatch. Dive into an employer's profile to learn more details and find associated job openings. The jobs page showcases current employment opportunities affiliated with the employers above. Select a job posting to learn details like position, description, hourly rate, and application instructions. Visit the individuals page to seek job seekers and their employment preferences. Employer job and individual profiles contain related keywords, aiding in meaningful employment matches. Until recently, employment support providers have been in the driver's seat, creating individual profiles, reviewing job opportunities, and pursuing job matches on behalf of those they are supporting. Introducing the latest MyJobMatch product, an extension empowering job seekers with disabilities. It allows individual job seekers to take ownership of their profiles, gaining more independence in their job search. Individuals can update their profiles and browse jobs independently. They can like jobs to save for later or start applications to initiate the process. All activity is logged for transparency. Employment supports providers can track individuals' active applications and their respective statuses, ensuring collaboration between users. MyJobMatch for job seekers puts people with disabilities in control, providing an accessible job search platform and enabling greater independence. It's a game changer in supported employment. Your perfect match is waiting at www.myjobmatch.ca.
So as you can see it through the video, there's a lot of elements to the MyJobMatch platform, a lot of benefits. And as it says, it does put the job seeker in the driver's seat. It allows them to see what type of jobs are out there. They can actually don't even have to be connected with a service provider. They can go in independently and put their information in. So at the same time, they have control of what they want to do. But if they're looking for a job and the job is connected with a service provider, at that point in time, if the individual comes into the system and it's connected with a job and that job is through a service provider, then the connection can be made through a service provider only for that element. So it's the choice is still made and left to the individual on how they want their employment journey to be done. The employment supports provider collaborates to create job opportunities for people with disabilities. And the B2C model is job seekers can build their own profile and express their interest in what type of jobs they're looking for. So the independence is there for the job seeker. So what is it? It's an accessible job search tool. It's not like Indeed or Workopolis. This is for individuals with disabilities. And when we say disability, we talk about all disabilities. And how is it different? It's for individuals with disabilities who can engage with their job search more independently. Because before, to find a job, you had to be connected with a service provider who would have put your application on ODSP. It's still, it's much more different. An individual can look at these elements differently and be able to engage a service provider if they're looking for. It's a lot more independent for individuals. Once they go on the platform, it's not just these are the jobs that I'm looking for, but there's pictures that engage the individual on what a librarian job was looked for, what a manufacturing job would look for. So there's pictures, there's accessibility means for an individual to understand what these jobs are all about. So as I said, you create or redeem an account, and you can put your own profile in there, or you can connect with a service provider for them to help you put a profile in. Even if I was to put, or Liz was to put somebody's profile in for them, there's a code that we can give the individual through their application or through their information that they put in. I can provide that code to the individuals, and they can go in and change whatever they want. They can change what type of jobs they're looking for, because if someone has said to me, I'm looking for administrative work, or I'm looking for landscaping, and once we put it all in, they sit down at home by themselves or with family, they're like, well, maybe he wants to do janitorial work, maybe he wants to do bus working, maybe he wants to work in the hospitality industry. They can go in independently and change all those preferences of what they're looking for. It updates they can update their own profile and employment preferences tailored to their own choices. And at the same time, they can request technical support and functions throughout their journey. So if they want to do it independently, there's always in the back end of the system that there's somebody from MyJobMatch that can connect with them if they want support. So there's always a support mechanism in there for the individuals. So this is a dashboard that shows you once you get into it, how many job matches are there based on your profile, what's available. If there is other jobs in there that you haven't picked, if you click on them, it goes into your favorites, and it shows that these are the jobs that you're looking for. So it's not necessarily only one, but it's many different jobs that you can pick as your favorites. So the key features is you can browse and you can look at jobs. We can track what jobs you've actually started an application on. So once you've actually seen a job and you submit an application, it can be tracked. Where are you? How much of the information of the application have you completed? Do you need assistance with the application? An individual, we will get notifications if an individual needs support, and we can support them through that journey. So throughout the whole process, there is a support mechanism for the individual, but we also put the individual to be in control of their own journey if they want to be able to do that. Like I said, it was a reference code for an individual, and there's the application tracking like we said before. So a couple of individuals that we work with in employment supports. One of the individuals was working at Spadina, and Shanika on the left is also an individual who works for Sunrise Janitorial. I just really like what I do, and I'm really good at it. Shanika is an individual who's been working for Sunrise Janitorial for 6 to 8 years. And she has started as an individual who just wanted to learn about cleaning, and now she's teaching individuals how to do the cleaning and the janitorial of commercial and industrial settings. And she does a fantastic job. And there's a lot of individuals that work with us that have tried new jobs that they've never tried before, and they've been very successful. And under the new element of employment supports, with the transformation from where we're going to in the next little while, the key word for success is an individual to be independent. make sure they're able to take the TPC independently, make sure they're able to go to work independently. There'll be some travel training in between there, but when they're on the job, there's not enough monetary reimbursement for the service providers anymore to be able to do the one-on-one that we used to do. So families have to remember that. We can provide you the support initially, but as there was before, with the WCG initiatives, the support mechanism that was there before is not intense like it was before. There was a couple of weeks of training in the beginning, and then the expectations of the individual to be independent and be able to transition into employment on their own. If there is required supports throughout the individual's employment, like job advancement or job changes, and the employer connects with us, for sure we'll provide support. But on the onset, we're not expected to be there for the first 2-3 months on a daily basis when the person's working there independently.
You're by yourself, I know.
Not in the beginning. In the beginning, there is support. So really, we're trying to employment services. Some of the offerings that are there. Just get this. So we do intakes for individuals and meeting with the job seekers to discuss employment and supports, and provide support application for submission. That's part of the intake process. The job development portion is connecting with past and new employers to discuss hiring of persons with disabilities and looking for jobs that are part of the individual's choice and their skills and also based on where they live, because we want to try to keep the element of the travel as close as possible. So once there is a job and the individual is agreeing on taking on that responsibility, we provide one-on-one job coaching for the job seeker and skills development and mentorship, assisting the job seeker to discuss job changes and job advancement, as I said before. And then as we move forward after the initial part, there's also retention. So if an individual wants to get some job advancement or changing of the job, we can work with them in doing the changes that are also needed. So if you're interested to join, there's the code on the screen and also the myjobmatch.ca interested, and my email and Sarah's email is part of it. You can connect with us through email or through the myjobmatch.ca, and we can answer any questions you have or assist you through this process.
So hi, my name is Tundra. I am a customer ability liaison with the TTC. Many of us know Wheel-Trans as a paratransit service offered to those with various disabilities. In 2017, we expanded our service to those with more than just a physical disability. We moved on to cognitive, sensory, mental, in addition to physical. And with that, we also started offering travel training. This is being offered to our customers, and to my knowledge, they're also offering this to civilians who may not have joined Wheel-Trans, but they're interested in maybe obtaining travel training. What travel training is a one-on-one service free of cost provided to those interested. We have designated travel trainers with Wheel-Trans. What would happen is they would contact the person interested and designate a route. So let's say if they're, you want to go to work, but you don't know how to go to work with transit, they would work with you to figure out the appropriate route using accessible conventional transit. And the travel trainer would meet you either at your home or a designated spot and then take you along the route. This is something that we offer, like I said, free of charge. And the travel trainer will work with the individual to ensure that they understand and know all the accessible entrances, the barriers that they might endure, like let's say detours or emergency buttons, let's say in the subway, emergency phones, the designated waiting area, etc. So this is something that we are offering to our riders, as well as individuals that just might be interested as well. And of course, it's not just Monday through Friday. The travel trainer will, work with them and the individual, let's say in the evening, if they want to go somewhere in the evening, or on the weekends, if that works as well. Yeah, so this is something that we've initiative that we've launched through travel training, and I encourage you to contact them. There we go. So you can get a hold of us. This is our general contact information with the TTC. If you are interested in obtaining travel training, you can contact the customer service phone number that is on your screen right now. I also have these handy dandy travel training books available in person. I will leave some here available to anybody who may want them. The travel training book does contain the phone number. Maybe I'll read it. So the travel training phone number is 416-472-2393. And then, of course, if you want to email, the email is traveltraining@ttc.ca. So that is the information to those who are listening virtually. Also, we will keep the books here or with the community living team. And I'm sure you can ask for one as well. So yes, if you are interested, I encourage you guys to contact and make those arrangements.
Thank
Oh,
you.
I'm
I
sorry.
got a question.
Sure.
When did this start?
Travel training started probably about 2021. We wanted to make sure that we simmered down with the COVID before we did the close and personal interactions. But that's when we officially launched travel training.
And is there a limit? Is there a limit of an individual on how many times they can get?
They start off with one session. If the travel trainer deems that there might be another session maybe worth it, they'll do it. Otherwise, for the most part, based on majority of testimonials that come back, the one time is enough. It can go up to 4 hours, really, because the person will be with them going to and from. So they show them the route, let's say going from home, let's say Kennedy and Ellesmere to the Eaton Center. They'll show you that accessible transit route going there and back, which could take, that duration of time, possibly just because they're taking that time to show you the ins and outs. They want to make sure you're confident in the stations, on the bus, on the streetcar if necessary. So yeah, so if the travel trainer deems that, as you know what, maybe this person needs another session, they'll give them another session. Thank you. Right.
So now that you've heard from MyJobMatch as well as Kendra from TTC, what does this all mean for you? I'll walk through a few of our options here to engage in community participation. So going forward, Youth to Work will not be able to offer what it did historically. You can choose to participate in community participation supports, our new model. You can choose to participate in both our new model of community participation and MyJobMatch if employment is still something that you'd like to look into. You can choose to exclusively participate with MyJobMatch, and you do not have to participate in community participation or engage with community participation in order to be a candidate for MyJobMatch. Or we could look at having a conversation about transitioning your services with Community Living Toronto. Again, I want to take the time to thank you for participating and engaging with us in our Youth to Work information session. I have listed here our contact information for you to reach out if you have any questions about what information was shared here today. Our general line is 647-729-2976, or alternatively, you can email us at cps@cltoronto.ca. And to find out anything new and what's happening within our community participation and respite, you can visit our site at cpsandrespite.ca. Once again, thank you and hope to hear from you soon.